Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, welcome to another episode of Inside the Music, the truth about the truth, brought to you by Three Pharaohs Productions and Move'emRadio.com. Right here, we are your hosts, Storm E. Weathers, aka TC Caldwell, your big homie, the beast on the east, and I am with the kings on the West Coast, the best from the West, Don DC DaCosta and Casey Cousin. And this episode's guest is the wonderful and beautiful Claudette King. Yeah, we're going to get into that a little bit later. So that show is coming to you right now.
Miss Claudette King, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful.
You know, we've met personally quite a few times, but the first time we met was back around 2007 when I first came to Las Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this guy knows everybody.
Yes, he does.
So you're gonna speak?
Do I really have to? In actuality, I don't need to speak. The woman needs no introduction. She is Claudette King, daughter of world famous, iconic legend, King of the Blues, B.B. King. She has established herself in her own right as a vocalist, songwriter, musician. So she actually needs no introduction. Be that as it may, take it away, Claudette, and tell us how you got started in this, because there's a lot of things people want to know. Like, how was it to actually live with somebody of your father's status and have all these iconic people that loved your dad and were great musicians come to the house and you got acquainted with them?
Okay, let me tell you. First of all, as you know, I don't know if you all know that my dad has 15 children. And of all the children, I'm number 15, which means that not all of us lived with my father, and I was one of them that didn't. So I would meet people, other celebrities, when I attend my father's performance, along with my mom. I didn't have that relationship like maybe you guys have with your children because of that, because of him being the person that he was. But I end up learning to know him and love him while I visit him when he performed. That's how my relationship is with my father.
Okay.
Here's a question.
Yes,
You have a lot of other siblings.
I do.
I know two others besides you. I know Rita plays and is a musician, because I've been on Rita's case a couple of times and asked her, when are you and Claudette going out and tour together? And when the hell are the two of you going to record something together? So are there any other siblings that are musicians that play?
Yes, there is my sister Shirley King, who's been doing it. She was performing when my dad was alive. And she's still off and on performing. And the other one was Patty, and Patty was doing a performance before I was. And she is, I think she's doing it every once in a while, dipping and dabbing into it, but I don't think she's basically real strong with being a performer or an artist like myself and Shirley. Rita's just a little bit, I think she just kind of just started, but basically it's been Shirley and myself.
You know what Rita said to me when I said, well, when are you and Claudette going to record together? And she said, soon as I find a benefactor that's willing to put up the money for us to go in the studio.
She did.
Yes, she did.
Dude, I wish you would have told her. All you gotta do is contact me. We get the music together and we just hook up from one state to another state and do it like that. Because it's very easy to get into the studio and start recording and putting stuff down. Because I'm very good as far as creating, being a co-producer about things I hear. Because I basically kind of push a lot of guitar and a lot of horns. And we would have done that. All it is just Rita and I just need to connect and get together. I think that, and then it would happen.
I was waiting for a big to do with you, Rita, and BB's band. So I figured that was going to be the focal point of this new music, was the two of you with your father's band.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to get on her about this.
Well, you know, I have sent you the itinerary. I am performing with the BB King's band. The BB King band now, it was the two of the former musician, which was Boogaloo, who was the horn player, yeah, the trumpet player, and then there was the bass player who was oh my goodness, he gonna get me for forgetting his name. But anyway, occurred from that is that they're no longer in the band. So now the BB King band is basically called the BB King Experience. And what it is, the BB King Experience is basically a group of musicians that are professionals, very seasoned, that get together and play my dad's songs. So with me on the roster with them, they're doing my dad, I'm doing me, and we're doing others. So that's what's happening with that now. Yeah.
Miss Claudette, how
Yeah.
in your experience and your father being who he was and being the child of a performer, pretty famous guy myself, what is it like and what was it like when you discovered who your father was, whether you were living with him or not, and then that transition into you and your identity as a musician? What steps did you go through? What changes did you go through? Was there any kind of pushback? Was there the, oh, that's BB's daughter, type of response or reception in when you started getting your feet wet?
You know what? It's crazy because being around my dad, I really got to know my dad at the age of 13. Me being in the green room with him while he's writing music, I addressed him as BB King. I didn't call him dad. I didn't know him that way. But I was so stunned that there's a big celebrity I'm sitting beside, and that's my dad. And it was just unbelievable. So it took time for me to actually become Claudette King. And then when I became that person, I actually can see and feel what my dad did. So he had to approve what I did. When he heard my music and he heard me singing, and he was, oh yes, you're going on the studio on tour with me. So it just, I got the okay from my dad to be who I am and to represent him. And my feet is soaking wet right now because now I'm doing it.
And if you can remember, how old were you and what song was it that made him say, yeah, now you're ready to go?
The song that I have now is called On to Something. On to Something, what is a remake of my dad's called Playing with My Friends. I redid that with Bobby Murray, which is Etta James' guitar player. But he heard that. When he heard that, he was like, yes, you got it. And that's when he said, yes, I want you to go on tour with me. And I knew it was all right then because, he was still living. He gave me the okay. It's just I didn't go on tour. But I was ready then. I was ready then. And I ain't going to tell you how old I was.
Okay.
Because you had, no, I ain't gonna tell you that. When I was younger. I was younger.
Okay. Okay.
So Claudette, you mentioned that you had some things on itinerary.
Yeah.
When are you supposed to be performing and where? When, where?
I just performed in Kentucky. That was 2 days ago in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm performing. I think I told Don about that. I'm performing, yeah, on the 4th of November. I'm gonna be in Memphis. They're honoring my dad and Timberland and oh my God, there's numerous artists, and they asked me to come to the awards. So I'm gonna be singing at the awards and singing "The Thrill Is Gone," and then after
Mm,
that, in November, I think it's supposed to do something in November the 16th in Tennessee, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. But all the shows in December will be overseen. That's with me, the BB King Experience, which I just told you about the band, and Kenny Neal. And we'll be overseas doing that. And then it'll continue after that. There's other dates, but that's in 2022. Yeah.
Oh, so you catching on fire.
I am. I am. I really am. I've been asked to be in the movie twice. So I wrote a book called My Dad and Me. And in that book, I because I'm signed to MC1/Sony. They read the book, they contact me, they have sponsors, and they want to make a movie out of it. So that's that's getting ready to happen as far as me being in a movie. And then other things that I've been doing, like I said, I've been doing a lot of performance with the BB King Experience, but I do a lot of my own, and that's like R&B and hip hop and stuff like that. So I'm doing a little bit of everything. That's what my dad told me to do, and that's
you,
what I'm
you,
doing. And
we're doing
gospel, and gospel. Yeah.
we're doing hip hop. Okay, I haven't gotten to the hip hop portion yet, but we shall.
She
Um,
lying. She's lying to you. She's telling you that she's doing all these things and catching fire. She harder to get a hold of than Joe Biden.
oh,
Okay.
oh, Miss
It took
Claudette.
me 2 weeks to get a hold of her. Text
Oh,
messages, phone calls,
oh,
emails.
Miss.
Okay. And I told her that. I said, I told her, send me the schedule, of which
Yeah,
I
he
do
said.
have. I have put it up on my entertainment pages of all the cities where she's entertaining. She
Yeah.
is harder to get a hold of than Joe Biden. Okay.
Oh,
I can call Joe quicker than I can get a hold of her.
my heart is breaking right now. See, God, why you do that to me, man? I was just okay. My,
No, but I did a
what?
song called I just did a song called Living the Life. It's on iTunes, YouTube, wherever. It's all over social media. And one of the performers is his name, he's an upcoming artist. His name is Him the Fella. And the other one name is Revelation, who is Tupac's cousin. But he sounds
Yes,
so much like Tupac and
yes.
look like him.
Okay. So you kind
Yeah.
of answered the question because I was going to
I
ask you.
told you. I
No.
told
I
you.
got because I was going to ask you since we're there now because I'm the resident hip hop portion of the show.
Okay.
How even with your father being who he is and what he means to us in the hip hop world, and you said you're working with Tupac's cousin. I happen to have had a relationship with Tupac many decades ago because one of my cousins was also a part of Digital Underground when he was still on the East Coast.
Okay.
What is it? What is it right now that drew you and made you tap in and want to be a part of whatever it was, whatever the request was, or for you to be a part of the hip hop world by working with Revelation and the new gentleman you spoke of, and
Hmm.
who is it in hip hop that you may have a liking to? Who is it that we might hear Miss Claudette have on her iTunes or her Pandora or something?
Well, like I said, it was very, very exciting because it was another world. Hip hop is totally different from blues, but
Yes.
it was so exciting. And then to actually work with Revelation, like I said, who is Tupac's cousin, I got introduced to a lot of hip hop stars. By doing that, it just made my light and my door wide open more so I can able so I'm able to experience different things and then put it into the music of blues and then just give it a different flavor. But it made it was wonderful. I like it. I'm gonna keep doing, and I want to do some things with Snoop. That's my main thing. I want
Okay,
to hit
okay,
Snoop.
okay,
I want to get him.
okay,
Snoop or
okay.
Drake. Yeah,
Well,
those are the
hopefully,
next ones.
if we can get Snoop to tune into MovemRadio.com inside the music, the truth about the truth, we can get some of that plug in. And condolences right now. Just want to give heartfelt condolences to Snoop, who he lost his mother.
His
So
mother. Yeah,
if
yeah.
anybody that is connected to this show that is connected to him, we definitely send our heartfelt condolences from here at MovemRadio.com and inside the music, the truth about the truth. That was wonderful to hear, Miss Claudette. Because we don't always get such energy from some artists. My father
Yeah.
was one of those artists first that didn't really have a liking to hip hop, but when he saw what it is that I wanted to profess and what I wanted to do with it, not just what he thought was just negative and nasty, and only because I say that because hip hop is synonymous with the blues because the
It
blues
is.
are our music. The blues
Exactly.
told stories of our tragedies and our changes and our growth and our innovation. And that's what hip hop did. It just again, like with anything, for the generation that it wasn't directed to, it sounded like something negative. It didn't sound positive. It was nasty, or you only heard the positive guys, so to speak, and just people just felt like everybody should have to be like that. But everybody wasn't a BB King. He
Right.
was a predecessor. He was a innovator then, and then there were those that came behind him that had to find their mark in the game. So I just wanted to say thank you for that because it's
You're
not too
welcome.
many times we get such excitement from an artist such as yourself that has
Thank
such a
you.
connection to the hip hop world, and that gives me joy knowing that we have people like yourself, the child of an icon. I mean, I just the fact that your
Yeah.
father your father was in House Party with two hip hop legends, Kid and Play, and some others at that time, and some other
Yes.
legendary actors, and just to wonder where that fit in your life. And now we see you try to get with Snoop Dogg. Let's go. Yay.
I'm trying to get all over there. I'm trying to blossom everywhere. Everywhere.
Well, from the looks of it, he's definitely the guy to get with, especially right now in
Yeah.
the East Coast. I mean, in the West Coast and with hip hop
Oh,
in general, especially with
yes,
what
he
it is
is.
that you're doing, because he is very ingrained in the blues, the oldies music, as we all know. He loved, the Shy Lights and the Delphonics, and
Yeah.
all those guys from that era, and it just showed in how he presented himself. So just thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay.
I hope
Thank
you're hard.
you.
I hope you're harder to catch up with than King Don says. So I hope it's not that hard.
John gets in contact with me. He just said it may take a minute because I'll be so busy in the studio and stuff. But as soon as I see it, I contact him.
He's
So
the same person that could get Joe Biden on the phone. So I don't know. It might be hard for us mere mortals, but
So Claudette, you
yes.
talk about this new music, new material.
Uh-huh.
So we like to feature new material on the show. So
Okay.
if you're going to allow us to play something, what do you want TC to go find for you?
Don's favorite is Stormy, and I see why. Every time I perform, they play that. So Stormy Monday, Stormy would be the main thing that I would like them to definitely feature.
She's not
So
talking to you, man. She ain't
uh,
talking to you. She
I'm
ain't
smiling.
talking to
I'm
you.
smiling. I'm
I
smiling
already,
too
I
big.
already saw you.
I'm
She ain't
smiling too
talking to
big.
you.
Oh, I'm gonna love introducing this one, Jack. I'm gonna love introducing this one.
All right, TC,
okay.
take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, right here on Inside the Music, the truth about the truth, a single that is coming to you from Miss Claudette King called Stormy Monday. Yeah, you know I like that one right here.
They call it Stormy Monday, Tuesday, just as bad. You know they call it Stormy Monday, Tuesday is just as bad. Yeah. Wednesday ain't no damn good. And Thursday is just as bad. Yeah. You know the eagle said the eagle fly on Friday. Yes, he does. Saturday, I go out to play. I say the eagle flies on Friday on Saturday, I go out to play. Sunday, I go to church. I fall down on my knees and I pray. Yeah, I pray. You know the eagle said the eagle fly on Friday. Yes, he does. Saturday, I go out to play. I say the eagle flies on Friday on Saturday, I go out to play. Sunday, I go to church. I fall down on my knees and I pray. Yeah, I pray.
Told me Monday. That was beautiful. I mean, like, there's been at least there's been at least 100 renditions of Stormy Monday.
Yes.
You know? And that is a song that everybody can't get to go to the next level. A lot of people just imitate it. A lot of people just sing it, you know, but to get the song to say what it's supposed to say, you got to be in it.
That's
well,
true.
one of the things about her doing that song too is she does it in a video, and the video itself is extremely apropos to the song itself.
Yes.
So people that enjoy that song will absolutely unequivocally enjoy the video because she does a superb acting job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Playing out her part in this video. So, and
Thank
she
you.
always said it was funny because I said to Claudette, we're going to play one of your videos. Which one would you like? And of course, she had something else that she liked, and I know, and I like that one too. But it just so happens that Stormy Weather is just, you know, anytime I
Wait a minute. Stormy Monday. That's Stormy Weather.
He's Stormy, yeah. Stormy Monday.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all better stop making me feel good like this, baby.
Hey man,
I love what's happening right now.
Hey.
I love what's happening right
You
now.
know, we need to interact with you more. So when we get a chance to actually interact with you this closely, yeah, we kind of go overboard.
Yeah,
you know?
we don't get a chance to see the TC monologues until later.
Yeah, you know, so replace the word.
Everybody ain't got to know our business, man.
Hey, it's out there. The truth about the truth. Inside the music. The truth about the truth.
There you go. So we apologize for using you as, you know, instead of Stormy Monday, we use Stormy Weather. So yeah.
Oh man.
You say that you're supposed to be in Nashville next. Is that where it's supposed to be?
They're talking about November the 16th. November 16th, for me to do. They had me on the Dole Award, and like I said, I'm signed to them, and you know that's basically country music. And I get up there, and I'm like, okay, y'all all singing country. I'm gonna get up there and do blues. So
Well,
I'm the only blues artist.
Wait a minute. Check this out. I was in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Okay. I was down there recording, and we ran into some cats down there. We started working with the Muscle Shoals group, and I was telling the guy I really couldn't connect with country music, and he looked at me. He goes, "I don't know why you have such a problem." He said, "Because all country music is the white man's blues."
Exactly.
They say you're singing about the same thing. Black dude sang about a mule, he sang about a pickup truck, you know, and the connection, especially with the legacy of your father and what he did on the guitar with the blues, you know, not being racial about it, but them white boys love your daddy.
They do. They do.
You know?
And they do.
And respect him. Respect every string he ever pulled on that guitar. You know?
That's right.
And so I can see why they would want you at that, but you would draw. You'd be an additional draw.
And you, like I said, when it was the Dole Award, and the Dole Award was for, you know, gospel music, but they had showcases of all the blues country artists. And like I said, they had me there. And when I was shocked because I was there and I was the only basic blues artist that do blues a little different from what they do. So when they heard it, they were all out of their seats and everything. They was like, oh, we need to have a performance. We love country, but we need to just let Claudette come and just do blues.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yes, you're right. You're right.
You know, and
right.
I never really understood country music until after my friend gave me that perspective.
Mm-hmm,
You know,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And they appreciate. I mean, actually, right now around the world, that's your largest blues audience.
It is. It really is.
When
Yes.
when you go to a blues concert, it's like anywhere from 15 to 1 to 25 to 1.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And you know, my dad said that before he passed away, that his audience was a lot of blacks, but has he got more and more into what he was doing as far as the music, and he started growing more and more, the black audience faded away.
It became wider and younger.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I'm seeing that same thing. I'm seeing that same thing.
But what it is, they truly appreciated and loved everything your father did. They have tried to imitate him and emulate him, copy him in every aspect. And that's the reason they give you respect, because there's certain things that God allows us to inherit.
Yes.
You know, yes. And the blues is an inherited situation as far as I'm concerned. Because most people that sing the blues, they either start singing the blues and you're so shocked because you never expect it from them. Mm-hmm. You never expect that type of feeling, that type of depth to come out of that person, or they're brought up in that vein, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you have a global audience. I would have to say that blues and reggae would probably run neck and neck as far as world music would be concerned.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, your father did some concerts and even appeared in some photographs, because I have them at home, with some major country artists.
Yes, he did. He did.
And people don't associate people of color with country music. But then again, you had Charlie Pride and a whole lot of others, Ray Charles himself, that actually did what you would call country music.
Yes, that's true.
And I do want to say, although it's I know there was as you said, that the audience changed. They got wider, younger. As one of those people that enjoys blues music, because when I decide to go somewhere and decide to pull out one of those blues songs because of my voice and the ability to sing along with the music and be heard and understood, the advent also became about monetization. Your father and his peers sent a lot of us that look like us into the studio. So more of those other people came to the concerts. A lot of us got motivated to go learn how, as King KC said, to learn how to emulate, to be that next, to try to fill in when the spot became available behind a BB King, behind a Charlie Pride, behind a Ray Charles. And those places can never be vacated enough for anybody to step in them. But it just motivated so many people. And then again, the way the music industry is set up, this is Inside the Music, the truth about the truth. We already know how it goes. It was easier for other people to make money off of what your father was doing that didn't look like us, as opposed to he himself and, you know, the others, you know, and even these two brothers, you know, sitting here as well, and their experiences and in my experiences when we go into those stories about the knowing your value when you walk into something, knowing how much control you actually can have, learning how to research, learn and find things out for yourself. So I would like to say that I think that monetization changed why the audiences looked different in this concerts, but I guarantee you there were still as many people that had those records, those recordings, those times that they used, and even hell, some of them smuggling a recording device in to try to get some live footage to say,
Yeah.
yeah, to
Yeah.
so just understanding and knowing that our music, everybody wants it, no matter what it is that we create. The
Right.
world wants it because of what it means, what it
Right.
professes to the world, and to sit here and to have the idea of where you came from to what you're doing
Right.
and how it's springboarded into what I'm hearing now is, again, I get humbled every episode because I have an opportunity to interview and engage with folks that I've heard about, read about, know about, and have never met. And it's just like, yo, this is wild, because even with your success, your story and your success sounds the same as me looking up to my father, all the years of him doing what he was doing in doo-wop and in R&B, and just watching is like, that's my pop, you know. And now, even sitting here with King Casey and King Don, and it's like, these guys, man, I'm really only a fraction of the way, just by, even with everything that I've done, I've still got so much further to go. But to be on this
Yes.
platform and having an opportunity
Yes.
to sit here with you guys, and with you, the queen, the king's daughter of the blues, is inexplicable, and it's
Yeah.
just wonderful, and just seeing all these things that you're doing, and you're still going. It's kind of like, Denzel, as successful as he is, he's still getting out there working and grinding to get another $20 million movie. So it's like the work don't stop. The work does not
No.
stop.
The bills don't
No.
stop.
No. And that's right.
Bills don't stop.
The
The
The bills
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 don't
get
don't
stop.
bigger.
stop.
The bills get
The
bigger.
bills don't stop. But my dad had said when we were real young that the love of music is embedded into him, and that if he could, he would love to, for his audience. He didn't want it to devastate them, but he would like to die on stage. And that's how much he loved what he was doing. So that's why he went so long to his last days, because his love for that music was just there. It was embedded into him. And there was nothing other than what he could sing about, but his blues, his life. So
Yeah.
so
And
now
and
he
I
got
and
his
I'm
children doing
and I
it.
just say, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I love the wings at BB King's in New York City, and I can't wait. Whenever one pops up, I'll be there getting those wings at the BB King's restaurant. But you just
Yeah.
spoke of how he wanted to die on stage, and not to shock the fans, but because of how much he loved. And I read that you were inspired by Mahalia Jackson, Aretha
Yes.
Franklin, Shaka
Yes.
Khan, Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Who else besides your father were some of those people that inspired you? And you look at, like, how people looked at your father, that you also look at.
Basically, oh my God, there's numerous people, numerous people. You can say the Temptations. I love them because of the music they delivered and how they did it as a unit. I love that. I love that. Gladys Knight. I mean, all those people, those just, and Miss Etta James, definitely Miss Etta James, who gave me the opportunity to do one of her tunes. So
Mm.
quite a few people, it was numerous people. Yeah, yeah, that really inspired me and kept me going with doing what I was doing as far as with my
Okay.
music. Yeah.
I had a chance to meet Etta James, and it was funny because as a fan of hers, I'll just put it blunt. As a fan, I wasn't a groupie because I couldn't catch up with her, but as a fan of hers, I did a remake on At Last,
Oh,
and so I presented it to her, and she told me, she goes, "I love it." She said, "But the last thing you want to do is remake your own hit." I'm like, "Ooh, never thought about that one." You know,
yeah.
because a hit is a hit, And even sometimes when the artists themselves come back and redo the hit, then it gets compared to the original hit.
Original.
You know.
Yeah.
And so it's like, regardless, when it's you, do it the same way. I know how many times did BB play The Thrill Is Gone?
Oh my God, so many times.
Right.
So many times.
But it's got to be the same love every time. You know,
does,
he can't come out with a new version. He couldn't come out with a new version of it. You know, you might be able to.
Yeah, that's true.
You might
I
be
do
able
change
to.
I change the lyrics when I do sing it. Now I do that. I change the lyrics, as well as my favorite is Guess Who. I kind of change the lyrics because I make it a personal thing. It's me talking to my dad and how much I miss my father and his fans. So I kind of changed some of the lyrics on that. Yeah, I presented the way he did it, but just a few of the lyrics to change the words. Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of making it your own. That's what
exactly.
I've told artists before. They'd say, "Oh, I want to do the Temptation song and the Spinach song." I said, one thing you can never do is do it the same way that they did it, because the first thing that happens is people start to evaluate what you did against what they had. You have to do it in your own way and make it your own song. You cannot do it and duplicate, because that's exactly, it's not as good. It's not. And the bottom line is, it's not your song. You have to do it your way. No, it's theirs. It's theirs.
That's
it's
right.
not yours until you do it your way.
Well, then you know what, Don? I did do something like that. I did perform with Sam Cooke's daughter. And you know, this famous song, the most famous song to me that he did was "You Send Me."
Yeah.
So I changed it to "Tell the World," and it's on my CD. And I changed. I did the beginning like him, but then I add my own lyrics. I even changed the tempo of the tune. So, and it's being played on the radio, and I'm being told it's a good tune, but I know it's nothing like his. He's the master of that tune. All I can do is be Claudette and do my version of "You Send Me." So I understand everything that you said. Make it your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's another thing too, which we always do besides playing other people's music that they've heard. We did that with an artist we had on there. Actually, we did it with my old buddy. But you have a book out. Tell us about the book. We do have it up, and we have it up on our site where it says radio. We actually have a picture of the book.
Yeah. Okay. The book is basically tells the story of Claudette King, me being a celebrity child, the ins and outs that I went through being that child, and how I got to where I am, and all the obstacles that I've gone through, just like any other person. You know, you fall in the hole, you got to climb yourself out. And I explain all that, and how the support that I had with family members, and how I am who I am today, and why I'm here today. Yeah. And that's what the book is about. Yeah.
And the book is available
on Amazon, and as well as on my website. My website is ClaudetteBluesKing.com.
Well,
ClaudetteBluesKing.com, ladies and gentlemen. That's where you can get the book by the Queen, Claudette King. Make sure y'all support and go get that book. I said we got it up on the radio site, so I'm had to go through Amazon. We're gonna get this book. We're gonna get this book. I'm sure at some point we'll be back when you come get them Vanguard Awards or Writers Awards or something. And I'm gonna see King Don getting pulled up.
You
on
can hold it up, Claudette. You can hold it up.
I'm getting ready to do that now.
Because I wanted to hold it up. I didn't have one with me.
This is it right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait a minute. Is that hardback?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And I no. And I also have audio. that I did because I had a lot of veterans that was telling me they wanted to get the book, but you know, a lot of them were blinds and so on and so on. So they told me to do an audio. Now they tell me doing something else. So I'm going to plan on doing that. So this is what the audio look like. This is it right here. It's with me,
Okay.
and then it's my dad on the back.
Okay. Iconic picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, huh?
Yeah, that's
Oh
an
my
iconic
God.
picture there, boy.
I know it is.
That's
I
it.
know
That's the
it is.
picture.
By the way,
Yeah.
Claudette, did you get the other photographs that I sent you?
Yes, my manager loved them, and you're gonna be seeing those up. You're gonna see 'em up. Oh my God. On a lot of my performance, you're gonna be seeing those. They're gonna be, oh my God, he's gonna be pushing a lot. They're really trying to put me out there. I told him I'm a blues artist, but I got a mixture of everything. So maybe I'll need to come up with new wave blues or something like that, something a little different. But go ahead and do what you got to do. And they're trying to give me a real sophisticated image, which I don't have a problem with that. And they're just gonna make me the celebrity that I am. And I'm loving that. I'm loving it. I'm on fire right now. I'm in the cloud on fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Claudette King. Well, I hate to say it, but you know, it's time for us to get ready to try to wrap it up and get it out of here.
I understand.
Claudette, is there anything else that we need to know right now? Any place you want to tell us to come and catch you at? You know, we ain't gonna ask for your phone number on thing, but you know, anything you want anybody to know.
The only thing I would say to whoever is in the whatever you're trying to do in your life, do not give up. Keep going forward because anything that you put yourself to and work real hard, success is right after it. So, yeah.
Thank you. ATC, man, get us out of here.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to have a great big thank you. Thank you to Queen Claudette King for joining us here on Inside the Music, the truth about the truth. I would just like to say in closing that you are a legend in your own respect, your own right, and your own light. Your father blazed a trail for so many people, for so many artists, for a brand of music that is ours. And no matter who does what, this is in our coffers. This is our music telling our story by our people. So for you to be a branch on that tree and to continue to grow and inspire other new artists to chase their dreams, to even inspire me with all the things that I'm doing, just to sit here and have had this conversation with you again, sharing so many things that we have in common. It's just wonderful. And I just like to say thank you for joining us. And I like to thank you so much. And in our final closing, I would just like to say thank you all for tuning in to Inside the Music, the truth about the truth. Right here, it is your big homie, Storm E. Weathers, the Beast on the East. You can always catch me right here in the lab on Hip Hop Boulevard, along with the best in the West, King KC, Cousin, and King Don DC DaCosta. And we just want you to know that each and every episode is brought to you by Three Pharaohs Productions, MovemRadio.com, Studio 204, 176, Source 3 Entertainment. You better check it out. And as well as Stormy Weathers Entertainment. And this time we're going to say a big shout out and thank you to Big Man Entertainment for providing me with my lab that you see me got my speakers, my computer here that Casey Cousin was telling me need to be wiped off. Got my speakers ready so we can sound good every other week. You can catch us right here at MovemRadio.com. Inside the Music, the truth about the truth. Be ready for our next guest. Peace. Do it because it's the right thing to do.